bride and groom through and meeting and marrying Reese the groom. I've been told I need to open with this, the grandparents need to know. Reese and I have been together for almost 7 years. Like any couple, we've had many a rocky time, but perhaps to my surprise, here we are. I'm amazed that Reese has chosen to hang on to me. I haven't always been the angelic, friendly girlfriend. There's been a fair dose of boiling water thrown, threats of public nudie runs in protest of being ignored, dinners thrown, attempted pinky breaking, and eardrum shaking shouting contests. But even though at the time it didn't seem very pleasant, it's actually taught me a lot about marriage and life. I understand what it's like to be past the honeymoon phase and in love with a real human being, Ms. Reese. I've learned through our relationship that you can't control someone into being the ideal partner that you feel you need. But it's true that people do change for the better when supported by a truer, unconditional love. I've witnessed Reese grow from a slightly try-hardish, tool-like boy to an incredibly respectful, compassionate and caring true gentleman. Being with Reese has taught me a lot. He's taught me to expect the unexpected. He once went out saying that he was just popping up the street to grab some milk. He returned 7 hours later with a zebra carpet and a bunch of flowers. No milk, of course. Another time he was making dinner and I went out to the kitchen to find him putting a cup of milk into whatever he was stirring up on the stove. But in went the flour, but so did the whole cup, the measuring cup. So I now know to expect that if Reese is cooking, that I'll have to watch my teeth to avoid the tablespoons and teaspoons and measuring cups and whatnot. They say life throws curveballs. Before I finish up, I'd like to thank a few people too. Reese has already done all of the usual thank yous, and of course I'd like to thank everybody that he's already thanked. But then I'd also like to give some of the more unusual thank yous. Mum, thank you for everything. Thank you for accompanying me to a posh bridal store so that I could accidentally punch the shop assistant in the face, break her glasses, and then leave without buying anything. Thank you for making my dress from scratch and removing the caps when they thought they were some sort of unique high-fashion attachment. Thank you. Licking the thumbs. Thank you for rummaging through op shops to gather materials to construct cake stands. Thank you for hand-making the dresses, tablecloths and throws and runners and drapes and incredible cake, kids' outfits and helping me with so many insane little projects. Thank you for spending an afternoon wrapping me in duct tape, making me look like I was in some kind of bondage costume, all in the name of making a dress pattern, which did work anyway, rendering the whole exercise pointless. Thank you, Claire, for buying a big bag of moss from the flower market for me and keeping it in your fridge for me, even though you felt like you were in a scene from Harold and Kumar. And thank you, Henry, for carrying that big suspicious-looking bag of moss from the car down the street to the pub through Newtown without getting arrested. Thank you, Pauline and Robert, for having a tree fall on your garage, which ended up being the logs for the kids' stores. This has all been one exhausting, exciting, slightly chaotic, and perhaps completely crazy ride. Many hours have been spent hand-making pretty much everything that you see around here. There have been blisters, bruises, cuts, and slight nerve damage. Reese, Helen, and Lawrence have all ended up in hospital and emergency rooms over the course of the preparation, which may or may not have been related. But it's so fabulous to see you all coming together and to finally spend this incredible day with you all. Dad tells me that the statistics show that weddings are becoming more flashy and extravagant, while divorce numbers are heavily on the rise. I may have got a bit caught up in all the detail of having a big, fun, crazy wedding, but it certainly hasn't made me lose sight of the real point of all of this. While I feel that my dream of my perfect wedding has come true, with all the right little odds and ends and trinkets and treasures, I also look beside me and feel that my dream of the perfect husband has come true too. And of course, the flowers will die and the bits and bobs will make their way back to the shelves in an op shop somewhere. But the thought of spending the rest of my days with this beautiful man that really makes this day really special to me. Thank you.